What's up, y'all? Night's Edge here again, doing another little quick video. This is a sharpening Sunday video. Happy Easter, anybody out there that's watching this evening. I know I'm kind of doing it late in the day, but wanted to wish everybody happy Easter. Hope everybody had a good Easter weekend. Here we got the knife that NFK21 on the first live giveaway. He said I could go ahead and put an edge on it for him before I send it out to him. Before I do that, that's all my contact info. Put it up closer here. That's the channel you're watching, Night's Edge, _Nights_Edge. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content. Everybody that subscribes really helps out the channel a lot. I appreciate it very much. My Instagram, TikTok, and email are all down below in the description. If you want to get a hold of me through email or usually DM through Instagram, probably be the quickest way. But got all that out there. All right, this is a QSP Variant. I'm gonna put it back to right around a 17-degree edge bevel on it. So let me double check that. I got it all set up here, but I wanted to go ahead and put the angle cube on it, kind of double check it. I put it on here first, zero it out. I don't know if you guys can even see it or not on there, but I'm looking at 16.9. Adjust it a little bit. It's right at it, right at 17 right there. So I'm gonna start my grip progression. I believe this is the fine grit. It's the first one I put on there. Just try to get the angle right. So I'm gonna go all the way down to extra coarse. I'm gonna start with extra coarse. This is 14C 28N blade steel on this one. It's the one I'm sharpening right now. Now it's a factory edge that's still on there. I've never sharpened this thing before. So the factory edge wasn't really dull. It would still cut paper a little bit, and it still do a little bit of stuff, but I did use it a good little bit too whenever I carried it, just to cut open packages and mainly cutting up cardboard packages. I cut a little bit of rope with it too. It was still pretty decently sharp, but this 17-degree edge bevel I'm putting on here will work a lot better than the one that came from the factory. They do that a lot from the factory, especially a lot of the the American factories do it too. I can't really say just the Chinese OEMs do it, because a lot of the American factories will do it too. They'll put a high edge bevel on it instead of a low angle edge bevel, which the low angle edge bevel goes dull a little quicker than the high angle. So I guess that's why they do it. I don't know, but that if you put it down to about 18, 17 degrees on the edge bevel, it'll really slice. And 14C28N holds an edge pretty well. So I know I have a Miguron Valona that's in 14C28N, and that thing, it's held an edge pretty good. I've sliced a lot of stuff with it. Just kind of trying to do it even all the way around here. Take a closer look at it. trying to feel for a burr. You want to make sure you get a pretty good burr on one side before you go to the other side, especially at these low angles. Low grits. Your starting grits. Like this is the extra coarse, the 150. Yeah, this is the 150 grit. So when you're starting out, that's pretty much what sets your edge right there as your starting grits. So you definitely want to make sure you get what you want to get out of it with the starting grits. These 6-inch long stones that come with the TSProf really work a lot quicker than the ones that come than the 4-inch stones that come with the KME. So I'm really happy about that. It's one of the things I like better about the TSProf, which is this system I'm using. I'm gonna have it linked in the description. Swap over to the other side. One thing that's good about sharpening a coated blade, a DLC coated, black wash, Cerakote, PVD, whatever, when you're sharpening it with a fixed angle system especially, is that it shows the shine of the metal. It kind of tells you if you're getting down to that angle or not when you're looking at it. So it's a lot easier to tell if you're getting that consistency on each side, so you don't have to worry as much about your method. You still got to do it, pretty even on both sides. I mean, you still have to have an equal bevel, to have a good edge. But you can kind of eyeball it, and look at it. That DLC coat kind of, I find anyway, kind of helps with that. Yeah, it's got a really good burr on it. So I'm going to swap it back over. Definitely taking some metal off there. I'm going to go from the 150, which is what I just did, and go from the 150, what they call an extra coarse, go to the coarse, 220. Do the same thing. Now, as you progress through your grit, you sharpen less and less, and kind of you're honing. So it takes less passes the higher your grit goes. So I'm not exactly doing even sweeping motions like everybody tells you to do. More along the lines of doing back and forth and kind of inching my way up and down the blade. But to me, and from what I've seen, that works just fine as long as you keep it fairly consistent, So I didn't spend as much time that time as I did the first time. And I'm ready to flip it. I'm taking a good look at this and seeing how much, especially with that DLC coat, like I said earlier, or that whatever kind of coat that is on this, black wash, whatever. You can definitely see this side right now, or I can see this side right now has more metal taken off of it and more of a bevel. So you definitely got to watch that. You want to make sure when you're done with that second side that it matches the first pretty much. That's what you're looking for, is consistency. I've always thought, ever since I got into sharpening a few years ago, I've always thought it was kind of therapeutic, you know, just kind of sit here and put an edge on something, you know, you can see what you can see your results right there in front of you as you do it, you know, if you mess it up right away, and you know if it's good right away. So sharpening's kind of a way to a lot of times just to zone out and relax to me. I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna look at it in the light when I flip it. Looks pretty even on both sides of me. All right, now I'm gonna go swap out of my 220, my coarse, and I'm gonna go over here and get my medium. Medium's gonna be the next one, 400 grit. Now, I keep saying what they call medium and what they call coarse and all that because KME labels it different. KME labels 600, I believe, as a coarse. But when you look at this is the next grit. Fine is what it says on the TSProf. So it's better just to use a number. So this is the 400. Starting to get a really nice shine to it. 14C28N takes a pretty good shine. What I've seen for metals it's a lot easier to sharpen than a lot of super steels. It's a lot easier to sharpen for sure than a 15V or a Maximet or something like that. And the shine that it takes is pretty good too. I'm gonna finish it out at a high grit because in my experience, you can put a pretty high grit on with the 14C28N. If y'all kind of curious about grits and sharpening more, I learned a lot of the stuff that I know from Neves knives. He's got a lot of good, including one of the best things that he's got, in my opinion, that helped out a lot is kind of like a guide that tells you what steel finishes best at what grit, and that's helped me out a lot. Because some of them you can put like a high mirror shine on anything really, you know, but some of them, when you put that super high, what everybody's looking for on Instagram and stuff, with the fancy pictures and everything, if you put that high mirror shine on some steels, that mirror polish on it, it will take away from the cutting ability. It doesn't have a toothy edge anymore, so it'll just kind of skate right across material instead of actually bite and cut through it. And you definitely don't want that. You know, you don't want something that's got a high mirror shine that won't even cut a piece of paper. I'm just going to finish this out with 1000 and then strop it. That's going to be my final with, that's what I used on my Valona for the 14C28N that it's got, and it worked out really good. This is the 600 right here. Flip it. Now y'all have to ask NFK20 if he's satisfied with this edge after he gets it. I'm gonna ship this knife out tomorrow for him because he won the my 500 subscriber first live giveaway I did yesterday morning. So by he should have it during the week sometime, I would think. And if the edge ain't worth a crap, he'll tell you. Just ask him. If it's good, hopefully he'll tell you. And kind of hoping he's real satisfied with it. You know, I'm definitely doing it up like I would one of my own knives, you know. I want them to be satisfied with this. Yeah, that's got a really good little burr on it. Hopefully the edge will last him a while. If he uses it, you know, I mean, he might put it up. Hell, he might sell it or something. Who knows? It's his. Do whatever you want with it. It's a gift, you know. But hopefully, if he gets a little use out of it, that edge will serve him well. All right, this, let me show you before. This is 1,000. Very fine is what they call it. But it's 1,000 grit. Diamond stones are what these are. It comes with standard with the TSProf. And they are really good at sharpening. Take metal off pretty good, put a good little consistent edge on it. Really happy with this system. The only thing that I find about the TSProf that could be better is it could come with that single clamp mechanism. See, this, as you see, is barely within limits of sharpening this this variant here, this QSP variant. If it was a little shorter, then I might have to do it with the KME. Because as you can see, this jaw is all the way in and this one's all the way in. So that's as close together as now. They will go out this wide. They'll go out pretty wide, you know, wide enough where you can put a Bowie knife, a kitchen knife, you know, something 10, 12 inch long, you know, big old kitchen knife on there and sharpen it pretty good. That's what I like about it. But, and, you know, a lot of other things I like about it too over the KME. But one thing that the KME's got to beat on is it's smaller. So the KME, especially with the pen knife jaws that I got for the KME, that's really good for sharpening smaller knives. And what a lot of people won't even consider smaller knives, you know, like an old timer or something like that. You know, 3 inch and below, really, I would use the KME on. This is kind of pushing the limits on the TSProf. But I like the way the TSProf works better. So that's what I wanted to use on here. It's a lot faster too, because of the 6 inch long stone. If you're using the KME, let me grab a KME stone. Using the KME sharpening system, this is what you got. So it says fine on it, right? The 600 grit. This says fine. So that's what you got with the KME. Now you got that much more. This is a 4 inch, that's a 6 inch. So you got a lot more stone to take metal off with. That's why that TSProf is faster. So I'm gonna flip it, and since this is the final one, I'm gonna do an upward, 3 or 4 upward passes on each side. This to kind of help knock extra little bit of burr off of there. Flip it over, do the other side, same way. All right. Before I take it out of there, if you notice, I've mentioned this before, I believe, but I got it taped up with this. This is Captain tape, actually. I got off of Amazon, but I taped the jaws up on each side so it doesn't mess the finish up on the blade. You know, that's one thing that I wish they would have done different with the TSProf. Is wish they would have put like a little rubber pad or something on there to kind of cushion your blade. But all you gotta do is tape it up right like that, and that works just fine. All right, so done with that. Let me get a rag here. And before I paper test it, let me strop it real quick. Now this thing's preloaded with a little bit of CBM emulsion. Just do a couple little passes on each side, just to kind of knock off whatever burr may be on there that the stone didn't get. All right. Put the strap up. Wipe her down. All right. Now, that's the end result right there. Pretty good little shine it's got on it, actually. Went from factory edge, super high, whatever, to that. Now that is a 17 degree, 16.9 degree on each side edge bevel. And get some paper, which I'm sure, hope it'll slice through some paper. Get some out here. And let's see if this thing will slice at all. Yeah. It will slice. All right, pretty good. All right. So that is it. Got a pretty good edge bevel on there. Skint back, super sharp, honed up, ready to go. 17 degree per side, give or take a little bit. For NFK 20, it's a QSP variant. I did a review with this knife a while back. Good little knife. About $55 or so. They usually run on White Mountain knives. That's what I got it for. And I'm sure you can get them every now and then a little cheaper on sale or whatever. But a little sway back design on it. Yep. And I put some, put a little bit of KPL in the washers too, in the bearings. So kind of got it ready for action there for you, NFK 20, whenever you get it. So I'm gonna put this in the mail, or box it up and everything, and we'll get it mailed out tomorrow. And I appreciate you guys watching, man. This is another Sunday sharpening with a Knight's Edge. And congratulations again to NFK 20 for winning that. And hope everybody had a good Easter, good weekend. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.